Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and as promised, now the DGT's got a few gigs and stuff under its belt.
Yeah.
And a few months later, to be fair.
War wounds.
Yeah, and we're going to sort of catch up on what it's been like to use. You might have already seen in the intro another PRS, which has joined this one in battle, which we'll talk about afterwards. But let's go over the DGT and just sort of catch up. Now you've had it in gigs, you've played it a lot more.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So I've had it 2 months, something like that.
Probably just over, yeah.
So there was a few things, if you watch the other video, that needed sorting on it, which I've done.
Yeah.
So I've replaced the nut, obviously, with a Graftech, I think it was. I put in some PRS locking tuners, SE locking tuners, which are just perfect.
I should get a close up of those as well, because
Yeah.
I didn't realise it did the SE locking tuners. They're pretty cool.
So basically, they look exactly like the tuners it came with, but they've got the lockers on the top. They just fit straight in, no drilling, nothing, just straight in.
Yeah.
Everything perfect, and it's just such an upgrade for 80 quid, you know, it's just perfect.
Well worth having.
80 quid, 10 quid for the nut, so. And the only thing I did have to do, I replaced the gubbins inside this jack, because my cable kept falling out and it kept buzzing. I thought, right, let's just change it. So I've put a very tight one in there now,
Yeah.
but he ain't coming out. Not on gigs anyway. So that's it. Otherwise, everything is stock. Pickups, I'm still, well, they're great, aren't they?
Yeah, we've been jamming on them for a bit,
Yeah.
probably a bit longer than we should have actually,
Yeah.
but yeah, they do sound really good.
Never going to need to change those ever. These are why you buy the guitar partly, I would say. They're quite low output, but they just sound.
Well, they're specific to that model, so
Yes.
it's definitely a reason that you buy the guitar.
Yeah, the trend is just, I mean, just fantastic. Let me just get the drive on. You know. It's just faultless now.
stays in tune,
It's just
no problem.
faultless. So I've got total confidence in this now.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, like we said in the first video, there was the issue with the nut.
Yeah.
And you've since changed the jack.
Also fret ends were
And
terrible.
the fret ends, yeah.
So
But-
yeah.
But like we said in that's pot luck in it. It's one of them things. Like it might still
at
be.
this price range, even though it's still a lot of
That's
money.
what I was going to say. It's still
It is, unfortunately, 1 out of 100 might be pretty naff.
might be like that.
So I've taken the fret ends down a bit, polished them off. To be honest, I've marked up the neck a bit now with the sandpaper, but don't care really, because
Yeah.
this
Working
is
instrument.
just, it's so light, it's quite slim, as you can see. It's just a gigging machine. I just love it.
Yeah.
It's just, the neck is just the best neck ever. I love it.
And the tuners that's not so much. You know, the originals weren't good. It's just
No.
that's a working guitar.
The originals are
You want it
fantastic,
to
but
have
if you
the
want locking tuners,
locking tuners,
it's an upgrade which I would definitely recommend.
yeah.
Most of the guitars the nut would be perfect. It's just I was unlucky, I think. But it's just everything about it. I love it.
So
I just love
overall,
it.
then after a few gigs, you know,
She's a keeper.
everything's still good.
It's fantastic. The neck settled as well, because I was adjusting the neck quite a lot when I got it.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously been overseas. And
New
stuff.
guitar syndrome, I call that. The wood has to
Absolutely.
learn what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I've really given the neck a good. I put some linseed oil on the rosewood just to really moisturise it. I've rounded off the edges. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
I might even in the future take the gloss off the back and just get that sat in.
Yeah, I was looking at it before. You said you sanded it. You can't at the moment.
No.
You can't tell yet.
Shine a
I don't
torch
think.
on that and you'll be
Yeah,
absolutely
you'll be able to see
horrified
it, yeah.
you know, what I've done to it. I wouldn't
Yeah.
do this on a core model, but I think this is at that price point you can say, look, let's upgrade it a bit and make it perfect. You know,
Yeah.
it was a 7 out of 10, maybe a 6 when I got it, but now it's a 10 out of 10. You know,
Proper
so-
happy with it.
Now I see what all the good reviews are for now, because
Yeah.
I was a bit disappointed when I got it only because of these things, and now it's just a monster. It's
Yeah.
just fantastic.
So I reckon that price-wise, then talking about pricing, that leads us nicely onto the second
I've got
guitar.
another guitar.
Because if you watched the first video, you had the CE 24
Semi-hollow CE24.
as its partner. So that one's gone.
That's gone because I gigged with it and it was a very reliable workhorse, but I didn't play it at home. I was not in love with it.
For me, it was the neck. I know that's personal, but I can't stand the white thing. These are
It's
so much
skinny,
better.
isn't it? You know?
Yeah,
I don't know. If I'm not playing a guitar, if I'm not at home picking up a guitar just noodling with it, there's a reason for that, and that was, you know. So I got this gas for a Les Paul type guitar, but
And
not a
obviously-
Gibson. You know, I just, you know, let's try some other things out there.
yeah.
And then I thought, okay, there's a PRS SE.
Mcarty, which I was going to say. So
Yeah.
because the pricing wise, the Mcarty SE is roughly the same as that.
Yeah.
And this guitar should be about £1,000
You said what it is.
more. Yeah, it's well, I didn't actually know. So this is the S2 Mcarty 594.
Yeah.
So obviously you've got the SE version, which came out at the same time as the DGT, which is about the same price as the DGT. Then you'd step up to this, which is, as I say, the S2 Mcarty 594. So same sort of SE hardware essentially. However, it is a USA made guitar.
Yeah.
But this should be £1,000 more than the SE version, you know.
Should be around about 2 to 2.5, depending on what model you get.
So, in that sense, now you're looking at two, you know, completely different guitars. But as we touched on last time, the pricing of PRS, I would say since Christmas to now in the UK, has been really strange. Like, they've been giving huge discounts on some of their models. I mean, right now you can buy a Silver Sky for 600 in white, or you can buy the same guitar for 950 in black.
Yeah.
The pricing is just totally weird.
Yeah.
And that's where this comes in, because you found this.
I was just, as you do, you know, going on to all the main sites, guitar, Gear for Music, blah, 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 Undertones, and I just thought, and anyway, I stumbled upon the S2.
Mm-hmm.
There was 2 limited edition colours. It was metallic blue and this black. And the price was $13.99 or $12.99, I can't remember. And I just thought, that can't be right. It's an S2. I could get an SE for $1,100.
Yeah, so they were nearly the same price.
Yeah. And I thought, okay, they're doing discounts on the S2s now. So I went around all the different sites. Nope, they were still around about $1,800 to $2,000 for the same guitar. I thought, I'm going to have to snap this up, I think. I think this is too good to be true. So this is a sign. So I thought, there's nothing. I was going to get the SE version. I just thought, well, for another £200, I may as well just get the S2.
Yeah.
So I bought it, not really thinking about it too hard, and I got it. And I just thought straight away, wow, this is...
it should be said you didn't keep the CE, that's gone.
The CE has been sold to purchase that.
Yeah.
But I took a risk and I didn't sell it beforehand, which I should have. Anyway, someone's very happy with that and they're playing it a lot. But when this came out of the box, this was probably one of the few PRSs I've had, which I can honestly say was perfect.
You didn't have the same kind of issues.
It was, so I had a custom 24 years ago, and of course you'd expect that to be perfect. This was absolutely perfection. Everything about it, the frets were amazing, the nut was great.
Yeah.
It was actually in tune, it was intonated, it was just, couldn't fault it. Anyway, I started to play it and I thought, I like this a lot, I like the neck a lot, because now I like thicker necks again. That's given me that satisfaction.
Yeah, the neck on this one is reasonably similar to that, I would say.
Yes.
Maybe it's a little bit bigger, tiny bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, similar sort of vintage, you know.
This
50s,
one feels
50s,
wider,
60s.
but I don't know if it is. I don't know.
I don't know. To me, they're in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
You've got that.
I think the binding kind of puts you off a bit.
Yeah. I'd say this definitely has a little bit of a deeper carve, but they're a similar.
Definitely.
They're a similar kind of profile.
So basically, you've got some 5815S pickups, which are the pickups you have in the SE.
Yeah.
The hardware is all SE, but the bridge is core model. So you've got the brass bridge and stoptail, and they're off the core model. So those are really excellent upgrades. So you've got brass, low friction.
Yeah.
Really easy to tune. So that's great. Other than that, I can't fault it. It's doing everything I want it to do. It sounds like a Les Paul, which it's supposed to do. It plays really nicely. The rosewood is stunning, absolutely beautiful.
It is nice, to be fair.
On it.
They are getting away with some lovely rosewood at the moment. Nice fretwork as well, like you said.
And those tuners, they're the vintage plastic type, but they feel a bit more quality than the Silver Sky, which I must admit they don't feel great on the Silver Sky. I love that guitar, the SE, but the tuners are a bit sticky.
Yeah.
These are good. These are really nice.
Yeah, so in terms of as a pairing partner to that guitar, obviously that guitar has totally different type of coil splits.Maybe we could show that actually, if you could just go through the coil splits.
They are very different coil splits. So let's keep it clean. So this is the original coil split. Exceptionally clean.
It really is. That's one of my favourite things on there.
That comes in handy on some of the songs we do. So yeah, and you can get very useful coil splits on this. You can turn it into a very
and obviously a master coil split as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because obviously this has got you two separate
can be a
ones.
bit more confusing on stage. So let's do the same. So coil split that. It's not
It's
quite
different.
It almost keeps a bit more of the original tone.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Let's try on the bridge. That's quite different.
Yeah.
And then that's about as far as Les Paul away you can
I
get.
think this keeps a bit more brightness on its
Quite
coil
possibly,
split.
yeah. These are slightly darker pickups, but they are supposed to emulate a sort of an old Les Paul.
Yeah.
They've got that lovely.
Let's go back to this one on the bridge for that.
That's the chord. Slightly lower output.
Yeah, you can
Let's
you
go.
can hear that. You can hear them.
But as a pair for gigging with,
Yeah.
I can use either as a backup, no problem. It doesn't affect the volume tone or anything.
Yeah.
And in fact, I've been playing the first set with that one and then the second set with this one,
Yeah.
just to enjoy both the guitars, to be honest. And I do want to enjoy them because they are both fantastic.
Because to be fair, if you watch the last video, you just seen when you were using the CE and that, when you went to the CE, it was literally like someone had turned the amp up a few notches, wasn't it? It was they were hotter pickups.
It wasn't a good partner for that. And
Whereas these feel like two different flavours of vintage pickups.
absolutely, yeah. But you could easily switch between them at a gig, as a backup or whatever. But like I say, I'm enjoying both of them, and I don't, it's funny. I love using a trem, but when I'm on that, you don't even think about that. You don't reach for it or anything.
I suppose you kind of go into more like, this is my Les Paul mode.
It is,
And this is my kind of every mode. It's got everything.
They do different things. I mean, this is like
scale length's slightly short on this one as well.
Well, the weird thing
Very
is,
slightly.
it's very slightly shorter on this, but I've got the same. I use Elixir 10 to 46 strings.
Yeah.
On here, as Paul would, these are really slinky on here. Whereas on there, they're tighter.
I found that earlier.
That's shorter scale. They should be
Strange,
slinkier on
isn't it?
that.
When we say shorter scale, by the way, we literally mean by 0.006 of an inch.
Yeah.
Because that's 594, hence the name, 29.4, and that's 25.
Yeah.
So you are talking such a small amount.
But theoretically, that should feel slinkier.
Yeah, number of frets is the same, isn't it? It's 22
22,
on both.
Yeah.
So that was the other thing I think about your other guitar.
Whether it's the bridge as well.
The CE was a 24 fret, wasn't it?
It was.
So that's pushing that neck pickup down the body more.
Yeah.
So that probably helps why these two are more familiar as well, because
and that might be why I wasn't in love with the CE's neck pickup, because it's been shifted down there.
And it makes a huge difference. It's massive. If you're ever looking at a guitar and it's 21 fret, 24 fret, you don't just think, it's 3 frets difference. That will utterly change that neck pickup tone. Yeah. And obviously these both being 22 frets.
I don't miss the 23rd and 24th fret. They were a bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
But I was thinking actually about the slinkiness. It could be that this is a floating trem, and maybe that makes a difference.
Just looking at the finish and all the paint edges and stuff with black. I've had Gibsons and that in the past, this colour, and you can really tear them apart for where the paint goes in and stuff. But this thing is...
it's scratched a bit's mind on the back and front now, just because of my playing.
Yeah, but I just mean in terms of the factory fit and finish.
No, I couldn't fault the binding on the neck, anything really.
Yeah, it's one thing PRS just seemed to do right, isn't it?
And it's got the carve, you see. So I can't remember the old S2s having that deeper carve.
Yeah.
So that's nice to get that as well. And it just looks the black and the brass on it just works.
So I guess one last thing to cover then, which sadly we can't really do now, because I'd love to have the SE version of this here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because obviously it doesn't strike me that you think this is 10 times better guitar than that.
No, I don't know, absolutely not.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm glad that was the price it was, because I don't think I would have paid $2,000 for that. I would have just got the SE. Yeah,
because I'm sort of like sat here thinking, once again, you've brought around really nice guitars. And this, I can't make my mind up, because if the price you got it for, I'm like, brilliant.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What a lovely thing. But if it was $2,000, I'm looking at Eastman then and thinking, well, the Eastman is going to
Yeah.
You know, you're going to be struggling to beat that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But at the price you got this for, because of all the weird pricing, you know, it's almost the same as the SE.
It's a no-brainer. You know, I'd like to see the fit and finish of the SE version compared to that. It should be as good. It certainly should be as good.
I mean, obviously for you in these specific guitars cases, this came out the box so good compared to that, that if maybe you didn't know any better, you'd say, well, there's where the money's gone.
Yeah,
do you know
absolutely.
what I mean?
No, absolutely.
But obviously someone else might open an SE and it'd be perfect as well.
And I'm sure most of them are. You know, I really just got unlucky, I think. And like we said about these, rushing these guitars out at the time, this was probably a second run one. And they were so popular, you know.
I think it's a common thing where online people are saying, like, there was so much demand for that guitar that they were just pushing them through as quick as possible.
Yeah.
You know, it has been a mega popular guitar.
But if you're thinking of dropping some money on it,
well worth it.
I don't know what else you could get for the money which is as good as this.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I do really like that guitar, to the point where I am questioning, should I get one?
Of course you should.
Because it is fantastic, to be fair. As a kind of in-between multi-tool as well, with that coil split. And the trem, of course.
Yeah.
It's
you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
A double humbucker guitar shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it'd be nice, because gigging is something I want to get back into. So I haven't done it for so long now, and I just want to have that kind of side of things going again.
Yeah.
And that would require a bit of a rethink, because I don't want to take my Eastmans out to random open mics and gigs and stuff.
That's right. Yeah. This is at the price point where, you know, you don't have to be too precious about it.
Yeah, so that's why that starts becoming a temptation.
And I'll tell you these are little things I've noticed while I'm gigging, okay? So we've got coil split on this one, which I use a lot. It's so easy, right? You try coil splitting that as easy.
Yeah, because, they're
a nightmare.
They're
really stiff.
You know what they need? That little rubber top ring you can get, the knobs.
This one, like most people may do that. I don't. I put my finger under and flick it up, you see.
Yeah.
But those are much harder to do.
You have to grab them.
Yeah.
And push against the guitar.
Well, when you're sweating like crazy, which the last 3 gigs has been stupidly hot, and it's pouring off. But it's little things like that, and you know, I don't know why that's the case. You know.
Yeah. Maybe it's just new. It just needs to use wear in a bit.
But little things like that you notice when you start using it in a gigging situation. You know, that's the best check for a guitar, really, best quality control for a gig it.
But I got to say though, for the discount that you found this for,
I know it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Like that does become a seriously attractive proposition, to be fair, because it is very, very nice.
Might go back on later and see. That was guitar by the way, just to see if they've still, because it was that or the metallic blue, which I thought looked stunning. But there's something about black, and especially with those little brass bits, it just I almost want some gold pickup covers.
Oh, just to match it. You haven't got a gold machine head, so
it's not going to happen.
No.
But no, I'm pleased with it. It's like a Les Paul, but a little bit more playable, dare I say.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's not that heavy. That's one thing I didn't mention before. It has
got a proper maple.
That's super light.
It's got a proper maple cap on it.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah.
So just because it's covered up, it is on there.
They have got it there. Yeah.
They have got it on there.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, as a pair though, I can totally see this working better. With that than the CE, with the hot pickups and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And the neck's feeling roughly similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. So let me know what you think of the weird PRS pricing at the moment. And you know, because you can find deals like this, and this is something only relevant to right now and this year, but does that put the SE in a funny place? Because as Steve said, you know, you definitely aren't saying that the SE is a worse guitar than this.
Absolutely.
So does it really matter the pricing, or should you kind of snatch these up whilst they're SE money?
Yeah, definitely.
you know, stuff like that. Yeah. And then we'll play you out with another little jam. And maybe you'll be back pretty soon with something else you find.
I hope not. I can't afford any more. We'll see how it goes.
That's it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on another one.